Oh, hi, podcast listeners. There's many ways you can listen to the Real Nerds podcast. You can subscribe on iTunes. You can also subscribe on Stitcher Radio. You want to send us a Twitter message? You can do that. It's so easy, at Real Nerds. Like us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast. You can visit our website, realnerdspodcast.com, where there'll be a lot of articles for you to not only read, but to listen to our previous shows. Do you like your stories told through pictures? Then you can also follow us at Real Nerds on Instagram. You can also call us, 720-6nerds5. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Camera, action!
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd can...
talk film! I'm sorry.
Take it outside.
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd will give it all they got. Lights, camera, action! Real nerds.
This is Real Nerds Podcast, and you can see us this year at Denver Fan Expo. And, you know, we'll probably have the coolest booth ever. Just saying.
Probably. We will.
I mean, I'm just saying that you've shown me the specs. I signed off on them, you know.
You approved the budget.
I approved the budget. I signed off on them, and it looks great. It looks just like a Blockbuster. Where did you find those? Those are just white bookshelves you found?
No, I made those out of
Did you really?
out of white foam board.
Wow,
They are Velcroed together. So
wow.
you can rip them apart and then stuff them in the car and then rebuild them in the
That's genius.
Yep, not a lot of space in the car, so they're actually a little too deep. Like, I don't know, I was thinking they could be a lot shallower, but yeah. I'm in a rush here. Just trying to get everything done.
We have to be able to maneuver it, and
yeah, I don't want to carry heavy shit through the convention center. Like, if we don't get good parking, like, it's a pain in the ass to move the stuff around. So
sometimes waiting for the dock when you leave is a pain in the ass.
Yeah. And then the storefront windows, you know, we're going to be foam core too, but I just, for the price, I just can't get my hands on 6 feet of solid foam core. So they're made out of wood, but you know, they're still kind of light. Nice.
I mean, that's coming up quick too. It always seems like it's far away, and then it just like springs on you.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to get in a situation where Wednesday night I'm still doing this shit. So I want to get this done like a week ahead of time, so we can just wake up, roll in, and get it done.
Nice. Yeah. I'm so busy that week, just because of how my schedule shakes out. And
I thought you took the week off.
Well, I have to work Monday and Tuesday, but I'm off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then I fly out to Tennessee on Monday, and then I'll be back Saturday, and then back at work on Monday.
Busy sounds like my week. Just constantly on the move. I think it was Tuesday night where I slept at the Bug because that's where I was building everything. Mm-hmm. And then I'd wake up. I went to like another ARC store to find tapes because I really wanted Turtles one on there. But I went to like 6 of them, and then bought some more foam board, and bought supplies for other things. And yeah, I was just constantly on the move. I just felt like I couldn't center myself to anything. I was just like, next objective for like 10 hours straight.
You're hanging on a different, you're building the set, but Laura, my wife, her schedule got switched to overnights. So, and she works 12-hour shifts. And I signed my kid up for hockey and swim lessons. And I took today off because Laura's working. She worked the overnight last night and tonight, but he has swimming at 10:15. He has hockey at 4 today. and it seems like all I'm doing is just running around. I put 200, I mean, it's nothing for you, but in a day and a half, I put like 280 miles on my car, just going different places to take my family places.
Wow.
And when I went to the Bare Naked Ladies concert 2 days ago, Kellen had swim lessons, a doctor's appointment, and I had to take Laura to get her car fixed. Then I ran and saw this week's movie, which, by the way, is Transformers: Rise of the Beast. And then I took Kellen to hockey, and then I went to the Bare Naked Ladies, went to bed at 1 a.m. Then I was at work at 6 a.m., and I worked till 5 p.m. Then I got off, came home, took my kid to the grocery store, cooked dinner, made dinner, cleaned the kitchen, put my kid to bed, sat down and watched a 3-hour movie, and woke up at 6 a.m. and doing it all again today.
You ever feel like if you take any time for yourself, like watch that 3-hour movie, like all the progress you made on your list of things to do gets annihilated?
Oh yeah.
Immediately?
I feel like when I do that, even though I didn't start it till like 11, I feel like I'm behind,
Yeah.
and that's why I wake up at 6, because I'm like, I need to take care of all this other stuff. Even though today really I just had to wake up, make breakfast, take my kid to his swim lesson. And now I have about 3 hours before I have to take him to hockey. So, and I still have a stack of paperwork I have to do at work. Plus, yesterday at work, I was teaching and doing a training, so I wasn't able to get to any of my emails, any of the paperwork I have to approve. So I start getting anxiety of all the shit I have to get done. Plus, I still have to go do, my actual job while I'm getting all that stuff done. It's a nightmare. So,
is it just me, or was like, I missed the days? There was a time where, I'd have a bunch of stuff to do, but when I finished it, there'd be like 2 or 3 days where I could just like do my own thing.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like that doesn't exist anymore. Like,
no.
if I spend an hour on Zelda, like when I'm done with it, I open my email to like 4 different things people want me to do.
I know.
New things. Yeah.
And I haven't even been able to play Zelda. Like, I've been such on the go. Like, I haven't played it in like a week and a half. And and I want to, and then you send me stuff where people make, bat pods and
I know, I'm so jealous. Like, I'm pretty far along, but those people are really far along.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for fireflies right now.
They're probably 13-year-old kids, and hats off to them. They probably, they don't have school right now. So all they get to do is play Zelda all day long.
If I had this in high school, man.
I know. Didn't have any responsibilities or anything like that.
Like I remember, being like, even though like I got home at 3, so from 3 to maybe 9 or 10, like I probably played Ocarina of Time. So that's what, 6 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been so nice.
Yeah. Those days are long gone.
5 days a week. Well, I got home, probably watched a Fox block of Batman the Animated Series and Animaniacs. So there's about an hour or 2 gone. But
yeah. Nope. Now, when you're older, you feel like you have so much more responsibilities. Well, obviously you do, because I can't lose my house or my car or anything, so I have to go to work.
Pretty big deal.
Yeah, and I have to take care of my family, and it's just. And it's not, and Laura, like, she only has to work usually, well, she has to have like 6 shifts or something in a pay period. So she has to have basically 3 12-hour shifts a week. And when you work overnights like that, it messes with you. And so you just feel like you can't get caught up because you're working, your wife's working, and because of her schedule, all you're doing is taking care of your kid when you're not working. And yep. So, like I mentioned, we see a movie every week and we podcast our experience of the world. This week we saw Transformers: Rise of the Beast. Stay tuned. We will tell you if we recommend the film or not, play the trailer, talk about the movie with possible spoilers. We'll also talk about movie news and things we've been watching throughout the week. That's what we've been doing for over 12 years.
And we can't stop until the curse is lifted.
Yes. And who knows how long that will be. whatever curse we're blessed with of infinite movies to watch.
11 years ago, you kicked a dog, and now
yes, just like that
movies forever.
Lard lad in The Simpsons.
Yep.
Maybe one of my most favorite visual jokes ever in The Simpsons.
It's a good one. It's a good one. There's like a account on, I think, either Twitter or Instagram that like just posts like clips from The Simpsons. I'm always like just tickled every time it posts like a first 10 season thing. And I'm like, oh gosh, those are great times. I love that.
Yeah, I have, so many articles going always at once, but so I had most of the Simpsons DVD sets, which are some of my favorite DVD sets you can get, but I was missing like random ones. And I don't know why, like I didn't buy season like 14 is because the first 10 seasons are just brilliant. And then, they're still good, but so I never got them. And then they started going out of print. I was like, golly, and you look online and they're so expensive. But of all places, I was like a year ago, and I was at Mile High Comics, and someone traded in all 20 seasons. So, and Mile High Comics only wanted $20 for each season. And the person who had them took super good care of them. And they did it where they didn't take the, the back thing off, where it's basically just the information on the discs.
Mm.
So they were all protected still. And they had all the inserts in the DVDs. So I got the last 4 I needed when I was there. And nice. So now I have all of them on DVD.
Nice. That's because now that they're on Disney Plus, they'll never get a physical release.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm hoping that now that Bob Iger's back, he mentioned that they're going to start doing physical releases again, and they gave the license to Kino Lorber to put out some of their movies on Blu-ray again. So, I don't think the animated stuff. I think it's going to be, Swiss Family Robinson or something like that.
Yeah,
but hopefully we'll start seeing it trickling in. But yeah, as far as that stuff, no, because just like Family Guy, they just abruptly stopped doing it. Fuckers. Brad, we saw Transformers: Rise of the Beasts. Do you recommend this film?
Yeah, I guess. I saw it last Thursday and I've mostly forgotten a lot of it already, but just because I've been so busy and distracted, and not thinking about it afterwards. But I'd say it's probably still the second best Transformers film I've seen, like Bumblebee being the first. I think it's fun. But it's just, there's a space object that the Transformers have to obtain and stop, other bad robots from using it in bad ways. So there you go.
Yeah, I think you liked it a little more than I did based on our Letterboxd ratings. It's fun. But I always have a problem with films and it happens a lot in the Transformer movies, where they go such and such an object, a MacGuffin, like this movie has, and then a character does an exposition for like the next 2 minutes about what it is, and then there's an action scene, and then they do it again, and the films have such an established beat to them, you know what I mean, that nothing catches me by surprise. But I think the special effects are pretty cool. The Optimus Primal, I think, is a really cool looking design. Anyway, here's a trailer for Transformers: Rise of the Beasts.
For centuries, our kind has stayed hidden on Earth. But darkness has found us again. Prime. This is about the fate of all living things. Unicron is coming.
Back
You brought a human here?
I'm nobody. I ain't even seen nothing. I'm not even seeing anything right now.
Think you holding weight and you haven't met the aim. Stop!
This is not our war.
Optimus, we must trust each other to protect the home we all share.
How big can this guy be?
He eats planets. So, like, way bigger than a planet.
In the end, everything you cared for will be consumed.
Maybe there's another way to save our home.
You've never faced anything like this. Let them come.
Yo, Noah, take the wheel.
So in this one, I guess it takes place a few years after Bumblebee, and the Transformers are on Earth hiding from Unicron, which is a giant Galactus-style planet eater. And by Galactus, I mean from the 2005 Fantastic Four film, not like the really cool-looking Marvel Comics comic book version. He's like a giant robot cloud that eats planets.
Yeah.
And he's looking for a key that'll allow him to travel from universe to universe, like
Faster?
unimpeded. I guess it's like a time jump, or it reminded me a lot of the what's the name of the freaking alien race in Avengers?
Chitauri.
Yeah, the Chitauri, where they're able just to like drop from space into wherever they want. It reminded me of that. And, so it ends up on Earth after Unicron destroys the Beast planet, which I don't remember the name of it.
The Maximals planet. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. And so I guess space is just populated with different species or races of robots.
Sure.
Okay. We're on the same page.
I guess, yeah.
Yep. And yeah, so they end up on Earth and it's split in two with
you know what, before I forget,
yeah.
have these movies addressed the fact that if you watch the first Transformers movie from 2007, they act like they've never been to Earth before, but now we've had two movies where they've been trapped on Earth, way ahead of that.
No, you're right. Well, that's what I was racking my brain with the whole time I was watching the movie, because Optimus Prime hates people for some reason. And I'm like, did he have this issue in the original Transformers film? I literally watched it maybe 6 months ago, and I don't even remember it.
Yeah.
I think that says a lot about the movies. And it might be, like I said, because they follow this beat of, there's an opening where they explain something by a voiceover, Blade Runner style. And then there's an action scene, and then there's more exposition, and then we meet human characters, and they have to be explained to what's going on. You know, I don't know. I just don't understand. And I don't understand the end goal of, like, Unicron wants to eat every planet. Well, what happens when you eat them all?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand, like, his end game.
He's just hungry, man.
I guess.
He's just blinded by insatiable hunger. And, yeah.
You know, it's one of those things where I think why the first three phases of Marvel movies were so successful is because Thanos, even though he is a bad guy and he wipes out or wants to wipe out half, like, life forms in the universe, his reasoning behind it, you might not agree with, but it makes sense if that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
These ones where they're just like, oh, I'm going to kill everybody. Well, why? I don't understand why. Because then eventually you're going to run out and there's going to be like this floating mass of nothing that can't eat anything and you die.
Maybe Unicron's like, well, the universe is infinite, so I'll always have something to eat, you know?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it is. I guess you always have matter. I guess you could, instead of planets, maybe he can start working on stars or something. I don't know.
It's like, Unicron hungry. Wow.
Now I'm just thinking of him of like a hungry hippo eating stars going, but I don't know. Like this movie, I just, so, 2 years ago, my mother-in-law gave me a gift card to Best Buy and I got the Transformers collection on Ultra HD. And so far I've only watched the first one. And every time I watch them, I'm like, man, there's like some cool action and the special effects look great. But the rest of it is just not there. And I don't understand like this, what's the big bad in episode Unicron, his lackey, I forget his name.
Scourge.
Yeah, Scourge. Why does he send these like little dinky robots to fight people when obviously no one can beat him? If I was him, I'd just walk up and like rip their heads off like he did at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I was also bummed out by it seems like every Transformers movie that where Optimus Prime is featured, he starts out the movie being unable to defeat anybody, like he's super weak or incompetent. And then by the end, he does some badass thing like rip Megatron's spine out or something. But
yeah,
I didn't religiously watch Transformers as a kid, but I always felt like he was the most badass Transformer out there. And these movies really make him feel like he's not that great at doing anything.
Yeah. And I mean, cause even I don't understand, this is again, like the movie's not bad. I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but so eventually they're in Peru and Unicron is summoned by Scourge. But I thought Optimus Prime said that once they miss their opportunity to destroy the key, then it'll make the whole world explode. But then they miss their opportunity. He destroys the key, throws Scourge into molten lava, and he's able to hold him. And I guess it doesn't hurt Optimus Prime lava. And then rips his head off. I didn't understand what was happening. And then how Bumblebee came back to life through like a power surge. I don't know what's going on. Help me.
You totally lost me. I don't remember him saying that. Like Bumblebee, I get because they needed to like just recharge him, like reignite his Allspark or whatever.
Sure.
And there was nothing available at the time that had that much power, but once it surged through the countryside or whatever, luckily he was laying on that pedestal, so he got the charge. But I don't know what you're talking about the first part with Scourge. I'm kind of lost on what you're saying there.
Yeah, well, I mean, I could be misremembering it. I just, like I said, there's so much exposition for me to understand the world of these Beast Wars Transformers that I don't remember any of it. I remember their names are silly, like Cheetar and stuff like that.
Optimus Primal's pretty creative.
Yeah, I it's a cool looking design. Like I think he looks really cool. And I mean the human characters are whatever.
Yeah, they're I think they're more interesting than previous movies.
Yeah,
the whole Mirage and Noah, that's kind of a thing in every movie. It's a lot like Bumblebee and I don't know the other characters, but Witwicky and all that. But it's the same. It's the same dynamic. But I think Mirage is pretty fun because Bumblebee can't really talk that much. So
yeah,
Mirage
no, it's
has some funny jokes and
yeah, it's fine.
But yeah, it's just they're chasing a space MacGuffin and they have to stop a world-ending event. It's every movie's done that same thing.
Yeah, I think what it's missing from, because I agree with you. I actually think Bumblebee is a really good movie. it's missing the heart, I think, of that film, where I don't remember Haley Steinfeld's character's name, but her and Bumblebee have a really cool relationship. And even though Bumblebee only communicates through pop culture references or stuff like that, it always fits.
Yeah, because it's smaller stakes in a smaller situation where they get to spend a lot of the movie just bonding. Whereas this one, Noah and Mirage, like they kind of bonded in the parking garage, but after that they got to go on the group mission. So, all that attention is taken away by you've got Maximals and the other Transformers, and it's less personal.
Yeah, that's a good point. But there's a worse way to spend 2 hours at the movies.
Yeah, I'm impressed they can still put these out, Well,
I mean, obviously the next one is going to be a G.I. Joe crossover.
Oh, yeah. I think I made a joke of like, they took out the military, team up in this movie. And I guess the sequel, they're like, we're putting it right back in. Instead of the U.S. Army, it's, going to be G.I. Joes, which, it's cool. I think that's the plan is Hasbro announced that they're going to just cross over every toy franchise they have with each other. So
yeah, why not? Exploit it is what I say.
Does Hasbro have the Jurassic Park license?
Possibly. It might be Mattel. No, Mattel doesn't. No, they do exist. I don't know. I can look at my kids' Jurassic Park stuff. Yeah, that's a good question.
Because, Jurassic Park, Transformers, G.I. Joe.
See, if they had dinosaurs fighting Transformers, sign me up all fucking day long. Not like this, the movie that had the dinosaur Transformers, but it's a legit T-Rex or Spinosaurus. I'm there.
Wouldn't, does the Transformers just annihilate the dinosaurs? Just because, the dinosaurs have no pulse cannons or...
What would happen is Optimus Prime would be chasing, let's say, I don't know, some Allosaur through, the island. And then all of a sudden he'll stop and go, "Clever girl." And then the other dinosaurs will get him. That's what I want to see.
So Hasbro has Transformers, G.I. Joe, Power Rangers, Star Wars, Marvel, Indiana Jones, Dungeons and Dragons, and Nerf. So
dude, Indiana Jones uncovers the one of the keys that the Transformers need to get back home, and they try to take it from him, and he says that belongs in a museum. Oh, dude, awesome.
And then a Jedi comes in to protect him and be on his team, and Alpha 5 from the Power Rangers is like, ay.
And the bad Transformer is Der Robot. he's a Nazi robot. I don't know what robot is in German.
I think it's just robot.
Is it? Well, let me look at my Apple translator. I'm sure it'll tell me.
Or is robot Swedish or Dutch? It's probably Germanic.
Robot. It's Robotier. It's just robot with ER at the end. Roboter.
Roboter.
So the Roboter.
Roboter.
The Roboter. I am doing the fierce beating. Anywho, do you have anything else you want to say about Transformers: Rise of the Machines? Or Rise of the Beast, or whatever the fuck it's called.
Rise of the Beast. Yeah. There's something, but I can't remember what it is. But whatever.
Very memorable film, is what you're saying to me.
I think I wrote it on my letterbox.
It's always on your letterbox.
Yeah.
Cool. This is the big movie news of the week.
It's real news.
Well, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to include, it's basically all comic book stuff, kind of. But one of the greatest comic book artists of all time passed away this last week. John Romita Sr., who is instrumental in designing the look of Spider-Man, as everybody knows him. he took over for Steve Ditko after issue 38 because Steve Ditko and Stan Lee did not get along. And their big fallout was Stan Lee wanted the Green Goblin to be Norman Osborn, and Steve Ditko wanted it to just be some random thug. Lee's argument is that it's more dramatic. Ditko's argument is it doesn't make sense that everybody that knows Peter Parker would be a bad guy. I think they're both valid arguments, but I think for dramatic purposes, I think Stan Lee is correct. But anyway, so he took over for Ditko after that and stayed on Spider-Man for 5 years. And I mean, he is the co-creator of Mary Jane, the Rhino, the Kingpin, all these really great Marvel characters. And he had such a style that when he took over for Spider-Man, all the Marvel comics kind of adopted his and Jack Kirby's style. And he later became the art director for all of Marvel Comics. So he had a great career. I mean, even though he was semi-retired, he would still draw the occasional cover for Marvel characters every once in a while. But had a great life. Lived to be 93. That's not a bad gig.
Died of being super old.
Yep, that's pretty much it. I read that his son, who's a really great Spider-Man artist, John Romita Jr., said he just died in his sleep. So, when you get that old, that probably is not a bad way to go. Just saying.
I think at any age, that's not a bad way to go.
No, that's awesome. And that you made such a lasting impact, not only on comic books, but I mean, everybody is familiar with some of his work. I mean, the Prowler now is really popular in the Miles Morales universe, and the Shocker. I heard the Shocker's like an A-list Spider-Man villain. But yeah, no, it's just how you see Spider-Man and his villains. A lot of that was influenced by Romita, and he's a great artist, and so he'll never really be gone. He'll always be around because his art will live forever. So just two things. One, if you're at my kid's elementary school and you find a Super Mario Brothers steelbook, do know that is mine. And I made the mistake of getting the movie 2 weeks early. And on the last day of school, my kid had a sleepover at the school, and they asked parents for movies. And my little boy says, "Daddy, it'll be so cool that I have the Super Mario Brothers movie. Can I please take it?" And the last time I gave him, I think Moana, and he brought it back. So I said, "Sure, buddy," because he'll bring it back. And then the next morning, because he did this, or the next afternoon, he did the sleepover, and I was at work. And so I got home, and I said, "Oh, I'm going to watch the special features on Super Mario Brothers." And then it wasn't in his backpack. And I was like, oh, maybe it's just somewhere. And, my wife put it somewhere. Nope. When I saw him the next morning, I said, "Hey, buddy, where'd you put Super Mario?" And he started crying. Which is good because that is sold out everywhere. So that's $40 I'll never get back. Because here's the thing, and so I sent an email to his teacher, and she's retiring at the end of the year. Her email's already deactivated. Bitch. And I'm guessing some kid stole it anyways.
Teachable moment for you.
Oh yeah, no, I knew better. I knew I should have just given him the Blu-ray disc and a CD jewel and let him take it to school. But he was really excited to show his friends the case, and I said, "You know what? He's been really responsible. There's no way he'll forget it." Fuck. That's a parenting moment of mine, and
you blew it.
I did.
It's really your fault. Yeah, gosh, it's sold out. That sucks. Well, yeah, I think the only thing I'd say is maybe it's so popular that they do a re-release with like new art or something.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm hoping my job allows me to have the the alarm code to the school. So we have a new officer, and we have to do building clearings. So maybe I'll take him there under that guise, and then happen to clear the classroom where my Mario movie hopefully still is.
You're just at the school at like 9 p.m. just with a flashlight scouring the halls. Like, I gotta find it. It's in here somewhere, I swear. Sir, what are you doing? Stand down. It's official police business.
You have my Mario movie. No, you have my Mario movie.
Tell me where the Mario movie is. Yeah, it sucks.
I'm just here for the Mario movie. I don't care. So the only other piece of news I got, Brad, is unsurprisingly, the writer's strike has affected the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I know especially important to you, the Avatar universe. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah, bro. Yeah. I kind of had a feeling this was going to happen anyways when they moved the Marvels from July to November. But now Captain America is moving from May 2024 to July of 2024. Thunderbolts is moving to December 20th, 2024. Blade is February 14th, 2025. Fantastic Four is May of 2025. And the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars have both been moved a year to 2026 and 2027. I don't know if the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars is really a writer strike issue, more of a we need to see what's happening with Jonathan Majors issue.
Yeah.
Which I don't have a comment on someone who's accused of what he did. So, I mean, it makes it easy. You can just recast him as a different variant.
Yeah.
Of Kang, because there's 3 different Peter Parkers. So, the other stuff I'm not that surprised at. Especially, I read an interview with Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and she said she was supposed to start filming Thunderbolts in a couple weeks, but that was pushed back. So,
you know what?
And the way, go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say, just end the strike. Just give them what they want.
Yeah, right.
If you drag this out,
they're not as bad as they once were, but those movie theaters, man, movie studio execs are just buttheads. And, like I told you, I was watching the Warner Brothers 100 Years documentary, which is fun and it's really cool. It's just celebrating Warner Brothers, but to have their new CEO talk about the legacy and history of Warner Brothers is really gross.
Mm-hmm.
And that he's just there to make money. He already purged HBO Max of everything, and I don't know. They're fighting over stuff that I don't know. It's the writers are responsible for the content you have, and you have to find a way to compensate them after all this stuff comes out, where the producers and the actors make all this money off the points. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. But I mean, it's been going on for 2 months now?
Almost, yeah.
Yeah. The only thing that changed that is getting moved up is Deadpool 3 is now opening at the Captain America's previous release date.
You'd think that after 2007, they would have looked at like, oh, look at all the awesome movies that were ruined because of that strike that time. You think they would have got together this time around?
How many TV shows were only on for, like, The Office was only 10 episodes?
Yeah.
I mean, I got The New Adventures of Old Christine, and the 3rd season or the 4th one of that is only 8 episodes or 10 episodes. So again, another one that's completely affected by the strike. And you're right. Because I was reading, legally, Ryan Reynolds can't ad-lib any lines for Deadpool.
Which is kind of a big deal for that character.
Exactly.
Franchise.
I mean, the only way they're going to get around it is because, his mask is CGI. So
they add it in later.
You add it in later, but you're going to have the reactions from the people on screen. I'm just saying.
He should just stand off the side and wear a mustache and be. I came in. His name is both start with an R, so it's still Ryan Reynolds. Fuck. Can't be like, hey, Brian Ross, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the big news. I mean, there's a new Alien movie coming out as well, which is in 2024 by Fede Alvarez, who did the Evil Dead remake and Don't Breathe. So he's a cool director. I think he's a good one to choose for that. And they have 2 Star Wars movies, one in 2026 and one in 2027. So again, we'll see how they'll change again. And in a year, we'll be talking about how the new Star Wars movie is now 2028. And but I wanted to let you know, Brad, that you're not going to get a new Avatar until 2025. Okay.
Well, I guess there's no point in going on, so I'm just going to take these pills and
no, it's not worth it.
Drift off into sleep.
That's not what the Na'vi want.
If I can't find resolution to their story within the next year or two, I don't know how I'm going to go on.
See, I might be thinking of it wrong. Maybe it's Avatar 4 that's not till 2025, and the new Avatar still comes out this year. Because I thought
they were all already done, but yeah.
Yeah, because I thought I read that Sigourney Weaver said they shot the second and third one back to back.
I thought they shot them all back to back, but yeah, whatever.
Well, I did read that interesting thing where the one kid fucker in the second one was really young when he shot it, and he's like in his 20s now. I don't know. I still don't understand how those have made so much money. I don't know anybody that loves them, but the part of me too is they came out on 4K this week, and I've been reading reviews, and they say it's, the best 4K presentation. All the extras are incredible. I go, man, is that a movie you have to have on 4K? I don't know.
Not I'm going to
wait. I know I'm going to wait to see if maybe on Black Friday they're going to be on sale. I don't know. Because as soon as they got my email from the Disney Movie Club that that's my featured title of the month, and if I don't respond before a certain date, they just charge it to you and ship it to you. And as soon as I got that email, I'm like, oh fuck no, I'm not spending $39 on that movie. I mean, you can bundle the two on the Disney Movie Club for $50.
Cool.
Just something to think about, Brad. I know you're longing for a return to Pandora. I mean,
yeah, part of the reason I haven't got episodes up on time is, in addition to building the booth, I'm doing some really sweet Avatar cosplay for the con. So
sweet.
I have to build like
Are you going to hook your tail into something to see what happens?
Yeah, it's an actual working tail penis, and it's like an 8-foot costume. So I got stilts and all this foam, and
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, it's gonna be incredible. The perfect complement to a 1993 blockbuster booth. The giant Na'vi exosuit.
Nice, dude. Stoked.
Yeah, just what everyone wanted. I needed a challenge, in my life.
Yeah.
Make things harder.
And wearing blue paint and being
body paint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody loves your Shredder costume, but now they're really going to love your Sully. Or what the fuck is it? I think it's Sully.
Yeah, Sully, yeah.
Look at me just pull out those characters' names like I know who they are. Now, don't ask me what any of the Na'vi's names are.
Same. Yeah, the booth was expensive, but I was like, how much more money could I spend if I just dumped all my money into a screen accurate Na'vi costume for 3 days in June?
Dude, so awesome. And everyone's going to be like, oh, that's my favorite movie.
It's my favorite movie. We've all seen it.
Made over $2 billion.
Yeah. 5 people saw it like 20 times.
Has to have happened. I don't know. Or James Cameron made a deal with Mephisto, and he's just able to get money from everywhere. I don't know.
I've made all the Terminator movies I can make. I have nothing else in the tank. I need this. Please give me this. Give me 4 Avatar movies. I've done everything I can in the ocean. Between The Abyss and Titanic.
No, get this, guy. So we've already did land and water. The next Avatar, fire. I love that our joke is actually what the next one's about.
So is the 4th one snow or ice?
I mean, it has to be, right?
Right. So the first one was air, I'm guessing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm guessing because in the first one, I'm pretty sure they fly on those bird things.
Okay.
And then this one, they swim with those bird things. So now they're going to do something with firebirds? I don't know.
You know what's funny is up until this moment right now, when the second one came out, we watched it for the podcast. I was like, okay, maybe it's time to finally watch the original. And I totally put on the original and didn't finish it. I think I fell asleep to it within like the first 5 or 10 minutes and forgot that I did that until just now.
Yep, I've told this story. My dad had the Blu-ray for the first one, and he gave it to me, and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, thanks, Dad." Because he was like, my dad doesn't want discs anymore because he's old and weird. And I said, "Thanks," and I haven't watched it, and it's been on my shelf for I don't know 6-7 years.
Just give that away.
Yeah. We actually do watch things, and this is what we watched this week.
So, yeah, this is the stuff we've been watching.
Brad, what tickled your fancy this week?
Are we doing Asteroid City as an episode?
I think so, because next week, I think there's actually no new big release. Because this week is Elemental and The Flash.
Which you've already seen The Flash, so we're just doing Elemental this week?
That's what I was planning, unless you wanted to do something else.
Or are we doing like the finished cut of Flash podcast?
Well, I was going to do both. I was going to do Elemental and then follow up on The Flash.
Yeah. Okay, so Asteroid City's next week?
Yeah, I was hoping to.
Okay. Well, then I won't talk about the fact that I've already seen it. Gosh, what do I talk about then? Probably nothing, because like I said, I just sat in the bug. It just made shit for our booth. Yeah, I watched Class of Nukem High 2 Subhuman Meltdown for the first time. And that's everything you expect out of a trauma movie, so.
Blew your mind, did it?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, they're okay.
Yeah, so oddly enough, it wasn't like weird and subversive enough for me. Like you have these people running around with like mouths in their stomach and, high school full of just like women in bikinis and dudes and just like wearing garbage on their bodies the whole time. And I was just like, could have gone farther with this. I don't know. Yeah, it's just about a high school that's next to a nuclear power plant. And people are creating mutants and whatnot, and yeah, it's the sequel.
Definitely a trauma film. I've seen the first one. A lot of trauma films. I usually see the first one, whether it's the Toxic Avenger or that one.
Yeah.
So redneck zombies, you know.
Other than that, yeah, nothing. Like I rewatched the Grand Budapest Hotel again and was like, man, this movie is really shorter than I remember. And then RoboCop and Bloodsport.
Nice.
Not stuff we've talked about before, so.
Those are 2 really cool movies.
Well, RoboCop 2 and 3, not the first one.
Oh. Well, second one's okay.
The third one's a 93 movie, so, but it is hot garbage. Although, I will say, the effect of the samurai robot when his face breaks is pretty convincing for 93. Like whoever did the
Yeah,
makeup
I've
on that.
seen it since I got this. When did the Scream Factory ones come out? Maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I haven't seen it since then.
Yeah. But yeah, if you know if people listening don't know what we're talking about, in RoboCop 3, in addition to a host of other things that are going on, there's a cyborgy samurai RoboCop created by either OCP or an offshoot of OCP, because there's like infighting in OCP at the moment. And it's tasked with tracking down RoboCop and destroying him. So it just looks like a normal Asian dude carrying a sword the whole time. But when he fights RoboCop, like he gets his face smashed and his face crumples in a weird way. And it looks convincing, like this is a robot whose face got smashed, but it's also like a flesh and blood human. So whoever did the makeup on that is pretty awesome.
Nice. Yeah. No, it is a cool effect. Actually, I think all the RoboCop movies actually have pretty great practical effects.
Yeah. Yeah, 1 and 2 are astounding. But yeah, 3, he gets the jetpack, he's flying through Detroit, and it's just like, that's clearly just a green screen. It's like Superman 78 level flying around type stuff.
Yep. But Superman 78 still makes it work, even though it's not quite that great.
Yeah. What'd you watch?
I'll only talk about one thing. I'll just mention that I watched Dr. Sleep last night, and it's really bleak. It's better than The Shining, though.
So I heard. Yeah.
And, the one thing I want to talk about, though, is on Netflix, they have a documentary called Arnold, which is Arnold Schwarzenegger talking about his whole life. And it's awesome. And it's just him narrating and telling stories about, his life. It's broken up in 3 parts. The first part is becoming a bodybuilder and leaving Austria. The second part is becoming an action star. And the third part is called American, where he becomes an American citizen and the governor of California and his later in life things. And I could listen to Schwarzenegger tell stories all day long. It's intercut with some other people. Stallone's in it, and a couple of his friends and things like that. But his story, it's basically he's recounting. If his autobiography is awesome, his autobiography is called Total Recall, and I tell everybody they should read it. It's really great. But in it, he just his life is so extraordinary, and he has this quote, and I put it on our page in our Twitter account because I think it's awesome. He's talking about, was it your dream to become, the best bodybuilder in the world? And he says, what is a dream? Fuck your dream. You have to have vision, clear vision. And he says dreams aren't real. You have to know what you want and you have to take it. And it's just really fascinating on how hard he worked. And I learned some things that, I didn't know. So he became a 13-time world champion bodybuilder at different places and all this stuff. But while he was doing that, he also, when he moved to Los Angeles, he bought a lot of real estate and became a millionaire that way. And he wanted to be in movies, but after he did Hercules Goes Bananas, he realized he needed acting classes. And since he already had millions of dollars through his real estate investments, it was about getting better at the craft of acting and not worrying about if I had money. And then he, got his big break was Terminator and, or Conan the Barbarian and then Terminator. And it's just cool to hear him talk about how hard he's worked and getting to where he needed to get. And when he became the governor of California, he realized that he needed not only Republicans, but he also needed Democrats and all these other people to get his agenda across after he didn't do very well his first couple years there. It's a really fascinating documentary. And I mean, he also talks about, the affair he had where he had a kid at a with the housekeeper and how he fucked up and he was stupid and he ruined his family, and it's really like candid, and it's really great. You should definitely watch Arnold.
Yeah, sounds like Michael J. Fox's thing where he's narrating his.
Yeah, and it's cool, and I like that he didn't pull any punches, and he said how fucked up it was what he did, and it created a problem not only with obviously his former ex-wife, but now even his kids now are like, dude, you're an asshole. So, and he mentions it too. It's really, I would never do what he did to my wife, but for him to take accountability and realize that not only did he mess up his family's life, but his son, Joe, that the house worker had with him, how he really hurt that relationship by doing what he did. And it's really interesting. So yeah, that's what I watched this week. Next week on Real Nerds, we're doing Elemental, and we'll do an update on The Flash so we can see what the post-credit scene that no one has seen is, because I heard they didn't even show it at the world premiere. So,
wait, the one that's coming out, the one's coming out this week, wasn't it the premiere?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I got to get out there before someone like Corinne spoils it on Twitter for me.
I don't think she's going to see this one right away.
No, I know she's like all against it. I'm not talking about Corinne specifically.
Oh.
I mean, someone like her where all they want to do is spoil things. Because right now it's really hard too, because all this Mortal Kombat news is coming out for the game. And there's data miners that have been, I don't know how they get this information, but they've, they're able to leak the roster and things like that. And the thing I like of what Mortal Kombat, the creators do, is they do these, like Twitch or Facebook Live thing where they introduce like one or two characters during each one and they talk about them. And, I really want.
It's like the NFL draft.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's really cool because they're on there and they explain their moves, and it's just fun. So I'm trying to avoid that stuff. It's going to be inevitable.
And returning for his 11th year, Scorpion.
Yeah. Well, there's some characters that are always going to be in it. Liu Kang, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Johnny Cage. They've already shown them. So,
and Shao Kahn's just been drafted into Mortal Kombat 1.
You weak, pathetic fools. Yeah. Shao Kahn. So, yep. We'll be seeing Elemental, giving an update on The Flash, and come see us at Denver Fan Expo. We'd love to sit down and talk to you about 1993 or whatever you want to talk about.
Can I have like an extra $15 because I really want to print a sign for our booth, for the windows that says like recorded our booth?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I don't care what you do.
I have like one poster that's, $2.99 rentals or whatever, but I thought it'd be fun to also have like a record at the booth sign that's like that big.
Do whatever you want, Brad. I do not care.
Really?
Yeah.
Just empty out our slush fund.
Yeah. As long as it's cool, I don't give a fuck what you do.
Cool. I'm going to buy a mini fridge.
All right.
A full working mini fridge that we won't utilize. Its full potential.
Right.
Yeah. It's just $100.
It's not that bad, actually.
It is for just displaying expired IC
for
cans.
Displaying it, yeah.
Tremendous waste of money. I'd rather buy 100 more VHSs.
Because that's not a waste of money.
What am I going to do with these? I said I was only going to buy 20, but I ended up getting 50, so. But in my defense, some of the days they were 3 for $1.
That's fine. We'll just give them away. Here you go.
Yeah.
Take this Jurassic Park VHS. It's yours.
Thanks for coming to our booth. You wanted this VHS copy of Philadelphia, right?
I have AIDS. Well, yep. We'll see you at the movies. Bye.
Well, real nerds. knows who shot at a real nerd. Can follow the plot and a real nerd will give it all they got. Lights, camera, action. Real nerds.
Thanks for listening to Real Nerds Podcast, a Nebulous Visions production. Stream or download episodes, read articles at realnerdspodcast.com. Stream us on Apple or Google Podcast, Stitcher, Spotify, or iHeartRadio. Follow us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast. Twitter and Instagram at Real Nerds. Watch us on YouTube, Real Nerds Podcast. Email us at realnerds@gmail.com. Call us at 720-6nerds5. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill, Mike at Plan 9 Studios, and Bolognium for all of our groovy theme songs. And that's how you fucking do it!